The winner of the 1904 Olympic Marathon did not drink water. His team fed him rat poison and brandy instead. He was hallucinating as he crossed the finish line, and he wasn't even the craziest part of the race. 32 men started this brutal course. Only 14 made it to the end. One runner was chased by a pack of wild dogs. Another stopped in an orchard to take a nap. The man who finished first actually drove a car. This was not an athletic competition. It was a deadly science experiment disguised as a sport. It is August 30th, 1904. The location is St. Louis, Missouri in the United States. The temperature is 30 degrees. The air is thick, humid, and completely unbreathable. But the punishing heat is not the real enemy today. The real enemy is the dust. The race organizers mapped out a 24.8-mile course over unpaved dirt roads. Cars, horses, and bicycles drive directly ahead of the runners. They kick up massive, choking brown clouds of dirt. The runners are inhaling thick dust with every single breath. One runner, William Garcia, collapses on the side of the road. He is found completely unconscious and coughing up blood. The dust has coated his esophagus and ripped his stomach lining. He nearly dies before the race is even halfway over. And yet, there is a much bigger problem. The chief organizer, James Sullivan, has a twisted theory. He wants to study the biological effects of purposeful dehydration. So he makes a fatal and unforgivable decision. For a race lasting nearly 25 miles in sweltering extreme heat, he provides exactly one single water station. It is a small well located at the 11-mile mark. After that, the runners are completely on their own. This is where the absolute chaos begins to unfold. Have you ever wondered what happens when a body turns against itself? Meet Fred Lors. He is an American runner who stops running after just 9 miles. He is exhausted, severely dehydrated, and suffering from massive leg cramps. So he hitches a ride in a passing automobile. He sits in the passenger seat enjoying the breeze. He even waves cheerfully at his competitors as he drives past them. But at mile 19, the car engine suddenly breaks down. Lors decides to just get out and walk the rest of the way. He enters the stadium, crosses the finish line, and the crowd erupts. The judges prepare to hand him the gold medal. Alice Roosevelt, the daughter of the U.S. president, steps up to crown him. Right before she does, a spectator exposes the massive fraud. Lors claims it was all just a harmless practical joke. He is immediately banned for life from amateur sports. With Lors disqualified, the true race leader is Thomas Hicks. But Hicks is actively dying on the side of the road. He is severely dehydrated and begging his team for a drink of water. His trainers refuse to give him a single drop. Instead, they wipe his mouth with a sponge dipped in warm distilled water. When that fails to revive him, they resort to performance-enhancing drugs. But remember, this is 1904. Their idea of a medical stimulant is a mixture of strychnine and brandy. Strychnine is literally used as rat poison. In microscopic doses, it violently stimulates the nervous system. In slightly larger doses, it causes convulsions and death. They feed this toxic cocktail directly into Hicks's mouth. The poison hits his bloodstream. He immediately begins to hallucinate wild visions. He thinks the finish line is still 20 miles away. His legs completely give out and refuse to support his weight. His trainers physically pick him up by his arms. They carry his limp, poisoned body across the finish line. His feet are literally dragging in the dirt as he crosses. He is officially declared the Olympic winner. It takes 4 doctors working frantically just to save his life. Why do we romanticize the past when it was this chaotic? Meanwhile, a Cuban postman named Felix Carvajal is running his own bizarre race. He lost all his money gambling in New Orleans before the Olympics began. He had to hitchhike all the way to St. Louis. He arrives at the starting line completely unprepared. He is wearing a long-sleeve shirt, heavy dark trousers, and stiff street shoes. A fellow runner takes pity on him. He cuts Carvajal's pants into makeshift shorts using a pair of scissors. Despite this, Carvajal runs a surprisingly great race. But he hasn't eaten in days, and he is starving. He frequently stops to chat with the crowd in broken English. He spots a massive apple orchard and detours to eat several apples. Unfortunately, the apples are completely rotten. He gets severe stomach cramps and can no longer stand up. So he lies down in the tall grass and takes a nap. He sleeps peacefully while the Olympic marathon continues around him. Eventually, he wakes up, stretches, and resumes running. Incredibly, he still finishes the race in fourth place. Then there is Len Town Yan. He is a messenger from South Africa and a fantastic natural runner. He is running a brilliant pace and is widely expected to win a medal. But he makes a critical error and runs past a local farmhouse. A massive pack of aggressive stray dogs attacks him out of nowhere. They chase him completely off the designated marathon course. He has to run frantically through a massive cornfield just to survive. He loses over a mile of distance running for his life. Despite this terrifying detour, he still manages to finish in ninth place. The 1904 marathon was a disaster of unprecedented epic proportions. It nearly destroyed the marathon as a legitimate Olympic event forever. It was a race where simply surviving to the end was a biological miracle. The runners were treated as disposable human guinea pigs. The organizers prioritized their cruel scientific curiosity over basic human safety. What happens when you push the human body beyond its absolute physiological limits? The 1904 marathon proved that the body will inevitably break, the mind will shatter under the weight of the pain, and sheer unadulterated chaos will take over. We look back at this historic race and laugh at the absurdity of it all. But beneath the historical comedy is a very dark truth about our past. History is rarely the glorious, heroic straight line we want it to be. Sometimes history is just a man running in a suit, chased by dogs, fueled by poison.